affiliate class today. So come on over if you want to come. We're about to start in about 20 minutes. We're about to start in 20 minutes. The class is absolutely free. If you're on Instagram, just put the word train me in the chat. Just say train me, and I'm going to train you. If you're on Facebook, just put train me in the chat, and come on over. If you're on TikTok, go to rickthewealthcoach.com and look up where it says ambassador so that you know you're talking directly to me. I'm about to train this class in a few minutes. It's going to be live. It's going to start at 10 a.m. Eastern. That's about 20 minutes from now. And I'm going to be teaching you all how to do customer service, online customer service, so that people will come to you from all over the world and do business with you. It's time for you to come out. I'm wonderful, Joshua. How are you, my friend? I appreciate you asking. I hope you're having a wonderful morning too. I'm doing great. Thank you. Come on over, Josh, if you want to come over to class today. It's free. I just want to help you all today. Y'all might want to sell some of the things that we sell. That's good because we got a lot of products. Or you might just want to sell something you're selling. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to help you. Okay. So if you're interested, just put train me in the class and come on over. And I'm going to show you how to get people to come to you from around the world, buy things from you without you leaving the house. I just want you to work from wherever you are. In other words, I want you to be able to work remotely and not have to be no place at no particular time. I want to help you to develop some freedom for your life. The freedom that I have, I just work from home, and I just, I got a real simple life, but I make a lot of money because I know how to get people from online all around the world to buy things. And I want to teach you how to do the same thing. All right. Some of you all are doing things. It just doesn't make any sense. It's just not the time that we're living in. All is well. Bernard, hey, Bernard, how you doing? Tell Annie that Uncle Rick said hello. I hope you're having a wonderful morning too, brother. You can come on over to class too, Bernard. Put train me in the chat. Put train me in the chat. Come on over. It'll be a blessing to you too. Tell Annie I'm about to teach a free class. It's a free class on how to draw these people to you from around the world. And you don't have to sell what I'm selling. If you don't have anything to sell, I've got a whole list of things at rickthewealthcoach.com if you don't have anything to sell. So that's cool. But you don't have to sell what I sell. My class is not a cult. I don't care how you're making money. Make your money the best way to make your money. I just want to help you. Why? Because God has freed up my time, blessed me to be able to make millions of dollars. So I just want to help. Okay, that's what I want to do. I want to help. So put train me in the chat if you want to come, or go to rickthewealthcoach.com. Let me give you some ideas real quick. I want to talk to you for a few minutes before we go over to the class. I want to talk to you for a few minutes about missed opportunities. There are some times when things happen in your life and either you do it or you miss out. And sometimes it was your ship. Sometimes it was your boat. Sometimes it was the only boat that was going to come in like that. Not to say that you won't ever have any more opportunities, but quite often things that happen, and it happened like right in front of us, and we just miss it because we didn't see it for what it was. All right. So missed opportunities are because we don't see something that's valuable for the amount of value that it's really worth. We see it as less valuable than it really is. So we just missed the chance, missed the opportunity. I'm going to give you 2 examples of this real quick. Well, I'm going to give you 3 examples. First example is John Johnson. When John Johnson created Ebony and Jet, he started out with a magazine called Negro Digest in 1941. So in 1945, he introduced Ebony. So he had 2 friends, and he told his friends, he said, listen, can you all want to work with me? He said, we can just split the company 3 ways. He said, both of you all bring $1,000 a piece. So they said, okay, we'll do that. So when it came time for him to start the company, his 2 boys, they didn't have any money. They didn't have their $1,000. So Johnson was like, okay, no problem. I just put up all 3,000. So what happened to them? They ended up having to work for him, and they helped make him a multi-millionaire. And they just had jobs. Why? They let $1,000 separate them from being millionaires. 1,000, they missed that opportunity because he was going to do it with or without them. So he was willing to do the sacrifice. Okay. So opportunity sacrifice. Everybody put OS in the chat. Opportunity sacrifice. Okay. Opportunity sacrifice is how you get rich. Somebody comes along and they tell you something, and you just sacrifice your time, sacrifice your energy. Stop doing what you're doing because you can clearly recognize that I need to narrow down my vision to this thing right here because this is my opportunity. And what happens is that I had a young man talking to me this morning, and he was asking me, do I use WhatsApp and do I use this and because we were trying to stay in touch with each other in this group, this accountability group. And I told him, son, I said, I don't have all of that. I said, the best way to reach me is somebody has to text me. I said, I don't have all of that. I said, I don't have all of that because I don't like missing opportunities. And when you're doing 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 different things, when you're doing a lot of different things, you miss out on the opportunities right in front of you because you can't see it. It like waters down the opportunity. So these gentlemen, evidently, they were caught up in some other things, and they didn't think being being a 3-part owner. They didn't think of being a 3-part owner, Ebony and Jet. They just didn't see it for what it was. So they was like, yeah, we'll work with you. So we'll give you some of our time, but we're not going to put our money into it, or they didn't have the money because we just don't see it as blowing up that large. But we'll go ahead and put some time and stuff into it, and then if it works out, then good. But that's not how opportunities are. You can't put your pinky toe into an opportunity. What you do is you see it for what it is, and then you treat it the way it's supposed to be treated. Because opportunities, they respond to the person that treat them right, just like a man or a woman who responds to an individual that treats the person right. Opportunities are the same way. So opportunities are sensitive. So OAS. Everybody put it in the chat. Opportunities are OAS. Opportunities are sensitive. Put it in the chat so you can remember this. OAS. All right, to say what does that mean, Brother Ricky? Opportunities, they sensitive. They come in, they present themselves, and then if you don't treat them right, they leave. Did you hear me? I said opportunities are sensitive. Put it in the chat to remind yourself of this. Teach your children this. Let them know. Say, listen, baby. Listen, son. Listen, daughter. Opportunities are sensitive. Okay. They have like feelings and emotions. And when they come in and they present themselves to you, if you don't see them for who they are, they just leave and they just go on and present themselves to the next person because they like, you don't appreciate me. You saw me come and you watching me go because you just don't realize who I am. That's the way opportunities are. And yeah, that's why we need to have enough discernment to know, okay, is this thing worth me paying close, careful attention to? Because you shouldn't be paying close, careful attention to but a few things because you cannot pay close, careful attention to a lot of things. It's impossible. That's why, as an entrepreneur, you have to learn how to say no a whole lot more. You have to learn how to say no because if you're doing this and doing that, it just saturates your brain and the real opportunity will walk right by you, but you won't recognize it. Why? Because when you're doing a lot of things, you get cross-eyed. So when the opportunity comes, you don't see the opportunity for what the opportunity really is. And the opportunity is what is sensitive. And it can sense the fact that that you're not paying attention to it. So what does it do? It goes on to the next person and the next person takes advantage. I give you another example. You had 2 guys who um, were commissioned to go sell some shoes in Africa. So the guy who owned the company, he said, listen, first person to bring me back 10,000 orders, I give you $1 million. So it was 2 brothers. So the first brother, he went over there. He came back in a week. He was mad. So my man said, what's wrong with you? He said, I'm upset. He said, what you upset about? He said, man, nobody want no shoes in Africa. He said, nobody got no shoes. I've been over here looking at corns for the last, week. Man, I hurry up and got out of there. Nobody even wear no shoes. So my man said, okay, cool. All right. So his brother, it took him about a month for his brother to get back. They said, wait, what? Hey, so they finally asked him, they said, what's going on? He said, man, I got 1,000,000 orders. He said, you got 1,000,000 orders? He said, yeah, ain't nobody over here got no shoes. He said, I ain't got no competition. So what's my point? My point is that one person saw it as an opportunity. The other person saw it as a distraction and saw it as an imposition. So they didn't have the right attitude. Why? So they missed out on an opportunity. That's the way life is. And I'm telling you right now that you are where you are financially right now based on either you have noticed that you've been able to recognize an opportunity or just walk right by you, or you had the opportunity, but you mistreated it. So the opportunity came by. Just like relationships. Some people come into your life, you don't recognize who they are, the value of them, and then they end up leaving you. Why? Because you didn't recognize their value. And then what happens is that you'll go mess around with somebody who has less value and put all your time and energy into them because when you don't recognize an opportunity, that the only alternative to that is for you to be talking to a miss opportunity, right? Either you're going to marry an opportunity or you're going to marry miss opportunity. All right, because it's two extremes all the time. So that's the first example. And if you all want to come to class, I'm about to start it in 10 more minutes. I'm about to start this class on customer service. Is what I'm gonna teach y'all in my class today. And it's free. Just put train me in the chat if you're on Facebook, put train me in the chat. If you're on Instagram, put train me in the chat. Good morning, Bishop Derek. How you doing? Put train me in the chat, and you come on over. It's free. We're gonna start in 10 minutes. Okay. I'm gonna teach you some things that you probably have not been taught. And I know I'm a teacher in a way that you probably never heard. So if you're interested in that, come on over. I'll be glad to have you. We got a lot of products you can sell with us because we have affiliates, and it's free to be an affiliate with me. If you want to sell things that we sell, if you don't have anything to sell, we can help you with that. If you already got something to sell, just use what I'm gonna teach you and go sell what you sell. It doesn't matter. This class is not like you got to work for me. Okay. Because you might not like what we do. That might not be what your interest is. You do what you're interested in. Okay. If you're interested in what we do, private trust, private life, you know, 1099 in the bank, all the things that we represent. If you're interested in that, then good, because you can make a lot of money with us because very few people know how to do what we do. So you can make a lot of money with us referring people. However, you don't have to do that. That's up to you. All right. The class, it's not, I'm not going to browbeat you and tell you how to do what I'm doing because I tell you, don't do what I'm doing if it doesn't interest you. Do what it is you like to do. But if you take my training and it's free, you can go make $1 million. Like I make $1 million in a day sometimes. You can do the same thing because it's online money. It's big money. It's a lot of people. A lot of people is unlimited amounts. 5 billion people online. And if you learn how to, if you learn how to move around, you do well. Okay, so the first example of a missed opportunity that was with the people with John Johnson. He went on to be rich. They just ended up being his employees. All right, and the second example I want to give you is with Bill Gates. Bill Gates, this cat, he owned this software called DOS back in the day. And he didn't realize what he had. So Bill Gates bought it from him. Some people said he bought it for 50,000. Some people said he bought it for 75,000 because he had already told the guy about IBM and that maybe he could partner with IBM and they could start doing personal computers inside of homes and they could use this software. Well, the guy didn't see it for what it was worth, and he didn't want to be bothered. So he sold it to Bill Gates. Bill Gates didn't even create the software. He just got rich off the software and ended up being one of the richest people in the world at one time, like the richest guy in the whole entire world off of something that he didn't even create. He just took advantage of the opportunity because he told IBM, he said, listen, I believe people are going to have computers inside of their homes. Everybody's going to have a personal computer because most people didn't have one. They had business computers, these big old ugly computers that IBM had. And IBM said, well, go ahead. He said, so y'all be on, he said, you put your name on a computer. I'm going to put my software in a computer. Everybody's going to need my software clear across the world. And what? It happened. All right. So it happened. Everybody put IH in the chat. I'm telling you, there's some things right now, and it's going to happen. The question ain't whether or not it's going to happen. The question is whether or not you and we take advantage of the opportunity. We don't have nothing to do with whether or not the opportunity is going to happen. We just it's just a matter of whether it's going to happen with us. See, opportunities are opportunities. They don't need validation. What I mean, they're going to happen. Hey, listen to me. Like I've been telling everybody how I've been buying crypto, how I've been buying. And by the way, if anybody tells you about some crypto, to put up some money and all of that, that's never me. Never. Don't never send nobody no money. That's never, Brother Ricky. Never. Under no circumstances am I telling you to send me some money. I don't want your money. You put your money in your own stuff. I don't want to be attached to nothing you're doing. That's your business. Okay. I just tell you things I'm doing because it's making me a lot of money. So I just tell you, and then, you do it, what make the most sense to you. So when I was telling everybody about XRP, which is up to $3 or something now, and I'm looking at these accounts, these massive accounts, how large this money is growing, and I'm not even working. And I'm like, man, this money is growing so doggone fast. It's amazing. Why? Because somebody told me. I started, me and my best friend, Chin, when we started sitting down having these crypto conversations, I said, man, these some amazing opportunities in crypto. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start buying this stuff. All right. I'm not going to be doing all this hard work and the money don't work. So I told y'all about XRP about a year ago when it was only 50 cents. And I believe that it's going to be worth $10, could be by the end of the year. It's only $3 now. So it makes no sense to be making money and putting your money in savings accounts and because there ain't no opportunity in that stuff. No opportunity. At least have a chance. So people say I like to put my money in the bank because I don't like to take risks, Brother Ricky. I'm like, when you put your money in the bank, you that's the riskiest thing you possibly do because it ain't got no chance of making no money. I mean, a savings account or a bank or a checking account or something like that. So that's extremely risky because it don't have no chance. But when you haven't been trained about opportunities, you call things that are risky safe and things that are safer risky. Because why? Because you don't understand opportunity. When you cross-eyed, an opportunity looks like a risk, and what's risky look like it's safe when you cross-eyed. Because why? Because you ain't seeing straight. So you have to ask the Lord to straighten your eyes out, and to do it based on what makes the most sense to you, not what makes the most sense to the institutions that you're helping make it rich. So um, Bill Gates ended up rich, and the last opportunity I'd like to talk about is Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas, not Isaiah Thomas that grew up with me. I used to play basketball with him, not Isaiah Thomas from the Detroit Pistons. I used to play ball with him when I was a little boy. We had a bitty basketball team, and we used to play against Isaiah Thomas. They used to come to the south side of Chicago, and they used to beat the crap out of us. I mean, last time I remember, I think they beat us 100 to like 12. I remember scoring one bucket, and I was happy because them dudes were so good. And he was like a professional when he was like 11 or 12 years old. But his whole team was cold-blooded. They was like the Harlem Globetrotters or something. They used to come over and beat the crap out of us. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the little left-handed dude, the little left-handed guy named Isaiah Thomas. He was the last player picked in the draft when he went to the NBA. I mean, everybody passed him up. Everybody was missing opportunity after opportunity. They thought because he's a little dude that he couldn't play, but he was a bad man. He could play, and he ended up playing for the Boston Celtics and some other teams. He ended up being extremely good, and he was fun to watch. I was really pulling for him because I love the underdog. So he was the last player picked in the draft that year. Everybody else passed up that opportunity, and he picked a bunch of scrubs that couldn't even play ahead of him, a bunch of busters that never even got off the bench because some people just don't recognize opportunities. They let them go by. So I just want to encourage you all as you go through the rest of this year to be very alert. And when you see something that's worth doing, jump in with both feet and just do a few things. Don't do a lot. Just do a few things. Find out where your lane is, get in your lane, and go hard. Okay. Stop quitting stuff every 5 minutes. Go hard at what it is that you're doing. Find out if that thing really works. Okay. And then and leave the rest of the stuff alone. You can't do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things. It's not going to work. Okay, it doesn't work. That's not how opportunities are. What happens is that the real opportunity you got it walks in and out your life. So we're about to start in 4 minutes. I'm gonna teach customer service in my class today. It's absolutely free. If you want to come on over, we're about to start in 4 minutes. I want to save the rest of my voice because it's already getting sore. So put train me in the chat if you want to come over. We're about to start in a few minutes. Put train me in the chat, or just go to rickthewealthcoach.com. If you want to be sure that you get the link, go to rickthewealthcoach.com and come on over. It's a multi-million dollar class. I'm teaching you for free. You ain't got to do nothing. You ain't got to sign up with nothing. You ain't got to be part of what we're doing. That's totally up to you. If you want to learn how to do things that we're doing, it's totally up to you. All right. I love you all. I'll see you all in class in a couple of seconds. I'm gonna give you about 60 more seconds to put train me in the chat. On TikTok, you all got to go to rickthewealthcoach.com. Irene, go to Rick the Wealth Coach. Cassie, go to rickthewealthcoach.com. rickthewealthcoach.com, because train me doesn't work with you all. All right, so just do that right now. rickthewealthcoach.com. Go over there real quick and just look where it says free ambassador class, free class. It'll show you that it's about to happen right now at 10 o'clock. Okay. And it's absolutely free. So y'all come on over. Be glad to have you. I love you all. Everybody else, enjoy the rest of your beautiful Friday afternoon. It's been a plum pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. And remember, the stellar is a stellar does. I see some of you all in class starting right now. All right. The rest of you have a wonderful day. All right. Have a great day.